What's up, guys? Today here we are with my uncle and my sister, my dad and me, and we're going to be doing a documentary on his 1946 Buick Roadmaster. And let's get started, guys. Let's get. What's up, guys? We just made it to the Buick. Yo, what do you gotta say? Is this car sick?
Oh man, it's fun. It's sick.
What do you think is like the best part about this car? You think?
I think all the history and how it still runs after all these years.
Yeah, this thing's old.
Yeah.
Feels like that's about to fall apart at any second now.
Good. Definitely good.
Yeah. So guys, we'll start filming back up when we get into the house. Stay tuned. So guys, we just made it back from our trip. And Marco, what do you think is the most unique part about this engine? What do you think is your favorite part?
You know, Foster, I don't know much about engines, but my father-in-law, who I got this from, said that there's actual tank parts that they use in the same tanks in World War II tanks. I think that's interesting. This wasn't everything that I have to work on is not that hard in these old engines. Replacing spark plugs and cleaning out the radiator and changing the oil. It's like a metal basket. Those type of things. That part. What do you call that guy over there?
Which one?
This right here. I'm blanking on it. Anyways.
Great question.
Yeah, it's an oil pan. I can't think of it, but yeah, it's interesting, man.
What do you think's the hardest part that you did to fix this car?
I think the paint job was the most difficult, and I look forward to doing it again the correct way.
Yeah. So, do you think that that this car could go what's the gas mileage on it, per gallon?
Oh man, I would bet it'd be poor. Right now the gas, none of the electricals work except for the headlights and the horn. So I'm not sure how fast I go, but yeah, I bet it doesn't get very good gas mileage, but it's running well.
Yeah. What do you think you like about this car? What's the most interesting thing about this car?
I think all the history and the details. I like the details. I like the white wall tires, the Buick hubcap. You know, when you look in here and you see the radio and it says Buick across there. The ivory that they use for the detail parts, the clock. You know, just all the old details.
Yeah. Pretty
cool.
Yeah. Do you mind if we take a look inside?
Absolutely, man. Don't mind at all.
So what is this part right down here? What's that?
That's the temperature gauge. So that keeps we had an issue with it overheating it before I cleaned out the radiator, and now it doesn't. But yeah, as you can see, it sat out in the sun for a long time, so it got beat up a little bit before we got it, and someday it's going to need an overhaul in the interior.
Yeah. What is the steering wheel made out of?
Ivory. Isn't that crazy? And it sat out in the sun, so it's rotted ivory. It falls apart in my hands when I drive it.
So why do you think that this car got left out in the sun?
That's what happens to a lot of old classics. They couldn't get it running, and then sometimes they sit and die, and Steve Geyer got it going again.
Yeah. My favorite part about this is that I kind of like the history on this. I like the fact that it has World War II tank engine parts in it, and I just like how this car looks.
3 on the Tree is really fun to drive too.
Yeah,
it's very fun.
What do you think is your favorite part about the interior?
Oof. The interior needs some work, as you can see. I like the steering wheel cover, the little emblem on there. I like the horn, and I like driving the 3 on the Tree. It's fun.
Yeah. So when you're honking, do you have to just press the circle and the button like modern cars?
Yeah, man. Do it. Just press the metal part.
I think that we just woke up the whole neighborhood.
And as you can see, even the clock says Buick in there, and just a lot of details of an old car. There's this area where ladies could do their makeup and all that, and cigarette ashtray. It's crazy, man. A lot of old details.
So this is like very sick American muscle car, right?
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, I really like the detail on the interior, how it says Buick, like you said. And do you think that you have like anything to add?
One time I came out and the radio was playing. All of a sudden, I thought there was someone in there talking, and I thought it was a ghost. But I just realized the radio was on. So that still works too.
Yeah. So tell us more about this. The interior, like what's.
We're gonna have to spend some money and get that fixed someday. Yeah. Right now, it's just covered up. Gonna spend some money and get that fixed. One thing at a time with these old cars.
Yeah. What do you think is the most interesting thing about the engine? What do you think that you like about it?
It keeps going. It's built in 1946 and it's still going, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, do you want to talk a little bit more about the engine? Like what's...
I'll tell you what I know, brother.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming out and see ya.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.